some time with us. Come right in. Hello everyone, my name is Bart Forte and I am the proud proprietor of this small little artsy hair salon that does hair, and also we sell art, and my wife is a wonderful portrait painter. And welcome to our hair salon. It's not the typical salon that you would go for a haircut, although you will come here for a haircut. In between giving haircuts, we have many things that we also like to do. And one of the things is I love to play the piano in a little room of mine, and here comes a client coming in for a haircut.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Right.
And this is a client going to have a haircut. Sit right there.
No problem.
No, he's good.
I said here?
Yes.
I don't mind.
Yes, yes. So here is one of my customers that we'll be doing right now. So we do several types of things here. Now you could say a little bit of what we do here. What do you think about this barbershop?
Well, it's been here for a while and it's extremely well.
Now,
he cuts the hair very well.
Now, is this? Have you been to a barbershop like this in your entire life? What we do and what other barbershops do?
No.
What is different from this barbershop?
The hospitality.
Okay.
Hospitality. The hospitality, the humorous, the conversations.
Yes. Now, how about my lovely wife? What does she do?
She's a very good oil painter.
And all these paintings
are hers.
This is Randy.
Randy.
Yes, this is Randy. And I know Randy's name because it takes me so long to remember people's names. But when you see them for years and years and years, I start remembering people's names.
Absolutely.
And I think Randy has been coming here for, I'll take a guess and say 15 years.
Well, 16.
16 years. 16.
You
call me a liar for
no,
1 year.
No, you're not a liar. You're not a liar. Just that you missed 1 year. That's it.
I missed it by 1 year.
Yes, so 16 years.
Yes.
16 years.
So it's a very interesting type of salon, and I really don't treat it as a salon. Don't you feel like this is more like our living room, my home?
Well, mostly like entertainment center.
Just,
all right. Because the situation that you got on the piano, you're playing your music, you're singing a song, and you say, okay, I'm listening. Getting a haircut and listening to music at the same time is pretty good.
I see. So that's not what you get.
I'm glad you don't do hip hop, because I don't like hip hop that much.
No. But we have a good time here, and this is a lot of fun. And also, my wife loves to give art lessons. That's what she really loves to do. I'd like to stand up now and show some of my wife's work to you folks. This is some of her work. She's copying from, well, right now she's doing this painting, but she's copying it from that photo. And that's the beginning of the painting. It's just started, and has a lot more to do with it, but she's getting the grasp of it. Now, if you look to the left, you're going to see Ronald Reagan. That has been done because Lydia is a member of the Republican Club in New York City, and they asked Lydia, would she do a painting of Ronald Reagan, and that's going to hang in 3 West 51st Street at the Women's Republican Club, and that's what's going to last. This is a lovely portrait done by a fireman, and this is his lovely wife, and this was a present for her on her anniversary. And this was also done by Lydia many years ago, and this hung at the Salon Club in New York City on between 11th and 12th Street on 5th Avenue. And as I say, this is one of her students that he is taking a course with Lydia, and he comes once every 2 weeks for an art course, and he brought this photograph in because he wanted it to look sort of like this. And this was a fire on the other side of Staten Island in New York City many years ago. There's a fire at the ferry terminal. So that's a lesson that she's doing. And these are my grandchildren. These are my lovely grandchildren. And if you see on the one you're looking at now, if you look to the right, you see a photograph. So Lydia takes a photograph and then she paints the portrait. So Lydia also sells portraits and also gives art lessons. And these are my grandchildren. And this is another student of Lydia's. And there's a very interesting story. This painting. This is a representation of John. What's his last name? Grimshaw. This was a painting that we went into the Wally Finley Gallery on Lexington Avenue in New York City, and we saw something duplicate like this close to it, and we asked the lady, how much do you want for this? And she says $950,000. Then she said, well, are you artist? And I said, yes, my wife's an artist. And I drove her here, and I told her the only thing we could buy here is inspiration, because the prices are so high. And this is Marilyn Monroe. Lydia depicted this from a photograph, and she did a beautiful rendering of Marilyn. So that was very good. And this one here is very, very interesting. This is Flying Eagle. This was done by one of my clients when he was 21 years old, ready to jump out of an airplane because he was in the military. And it's 101 Airborne. So Lydia took that photograph and looked at it and studied it and made this painting happen. And this took about 3 months for this painting. What we're looking at now is Herman Dumas. He was a carpenter many years ago, and Rembrandt did this painting many, many years ago. Lydia went to, if you want to see, if you go to Facebook, Lydia Forte Santiago, and you press the picture of the Metropolitan Museum, you'll see I took a photograph of 150 pictures of Lydia while she was drawing from a blank canvas, and she reproduced a painting, a duplicate of a Rembrandt. So that's what that is. This is Amagondi. I really don't know his name. What's his name? Well, I really don't know the name of this guy, but it's very, very old, this painting. And Lydia liked it in one of the ancient magazines, books from art, and she also painted that. And this one that you must have seen, oh, this one, these two are on Lydia's CTV. If you go to YouTube, Lydia Forte Santiago, you'll see 12 of Lydia's videos from Staten Island TV. You can do it too. That's the name of the program. And on the bottom is a depiction of Lydia's imagination of a woman holding a dog. Lydia did not copy that from a lady. She just dreamt it and did that like that. But this is letting people know that Lydia loves to do portraits of animals and pets. She loves dogs and people holding dogs. And there's one while the camera is still rolling, I'd like to bring it over. I can just do it this way. And I'll show you this painting. This is a painting that because we did the Washington Square outdoor art exhibit last year. And this lovely lady decided she wanted the painting, so she gave Lydia a photograph, and Lydia painted this beautiful painting, and this took about 3 months to do as well. Now this painting was taken about 7 years ago of us, and here we are together. She decided to come in for the camera to show the folks how we look. And we're married 35 years, and she's a very lovely lady, but she's Spanish, she's a little bit of a temper. But she's still nice. She's a great painter. She thinks she's an old master. She thought she was reborn somewhere. She feels like an old soul. That's what she tells me. And do you want to say something to the camera rather than just smile and look at me?
Thank you, Michael.
And once again, this was taken, we went to Penny's, and the photograph was taken of both of us in the mall. And then Lydia took 7 shots and looked at one, decided this is the one she would depict of the 7. and she painted it from a photograph. So if any of you folks want beautiful portraits, remember my wife is probably one of the best portrait painters you will ever meet in your life. And you can meet us at our hair salon at 2110 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. We work here 7 days a week. We start at 8 o'clock and we finish at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We only work 5 hours. That's plenty of time to work at our senior years. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching, and please come and visit us. And I studied with Vidal Sassoon. I was his first apprentice in 803 Madison Avenue many, many years ago. Thank you very much.